Wait, we are live. We are live now.
Yep, we are.
Hey guys,
Okay.
welcome
So,
to Strekui.
so welcome to our third podcast from the electronic department. And I'm lagging. It's like my face is just like this for the whole session. Okay.
I think you need to
So,
find a new laptop, or at least find a new computer.
yeah, man, find a new laptop. I heard Kai wants to sponsor me one.
Oh can, my gaji reach 10k first, then I will sponsor your laptop. But before that, do it on your own.
Bruh.
Okay. Bruh. So actually, today's topic, one of the reason why I invited Kai as well, besides him being a manager, is Kai. What are you currently studying actually? In Where are you currently studying?
Currently I'm taking a degree in aerospace engineering in USM, University of Science Malaysia. Yeah, that's all.
So what is aerospace actually? Because when the first thing I know when it comes to aerospace, aerospace is what we learn about the space.
Not exactly. It's divided into two sections actually. Like when talking about aerospace, you know about two sections. First is aeronautic, and the second is aerospace. Aerospace is related to the outer space itself. For example, like the outer layer of the Earth. For example, like in the space, like meteorites, stuff in the space lah. For example, but aeronautics, we are talking about the stuff in between the atmosphere. For example, from the ground level up until 30,000 feet, if I'm not mistaken. That's aeronautic. So yeah, that's the basic.
30,000 feet. So okay, forgive me because my science and physics is not that good. It's been a while. So 30,000 feet from the ground. So that means we are reaching like any satellite level. 30,000
Not yet.
feet from the ground. Still too low,
30,000
huh?
30,000 feet is like a normal aircraft flying through. Like if you are going from KL to Penang, right? For example, right now, if you are taking a flight from KL to Penang, you will be in a flight 30,000 feet in the air. So basically, it's like not reaching a satellite yet, but because satellite is located at LEO or even GEO, and that's distance can up to 45,000 kilometer from Earth. That is on GEO. But when talking about satellites, for example, like in Leo is like a low Earth orbit. Like if you follow ISS, International Space Stations, the ISS is on the Leo orbit, and Leo orbit is ranging from 150 up until 2,000 meter, not meter, kilometer, up in the
Uh,
atmosphere, and that is
okay.
satellite level.
I think I understand. So when you first said Leo, I was thinking, are you talking about like a code name because only Leo that I've heard before this is Leo the lion.
Oh, sorry. Next time I will try to explain it more, not using only acronyms, but the name itself.
Right, okay. So about when we talk about the International Space Station, right? Actually, it's one thing that I would like to ask as well because the ISS side, I've heard a lot of stories about it. I've seen a lot of stories about it as well, but I'm not really sure what it's used for. Besides, like fueling back the rocket ship that's went to space and
Uh,
telecommunication.
Not exactly, because ISS they use it to conduct experiments that is unable to conduct on Earth. For example, like if you want to conduct experiments not affected by gravity, that is the place you want to do it. Understand? Means like if you
Uh,
need to conduct experiments, like didn't the experiments will not need to have any effect from the atmosphere, for example, so even from the gravity lah. Mostly the important part is gravity. They want to conduct experiments without any effect from gravity of Earth, so they conduct it there.
Everyone will be floating in ISS, right?
Again,
Everyone is going to float in the ISS, right?
that's of course yes. they are floating, flying around. So when for example if you are in ISS, if if you want to eat, you need to grab something and hold yourself to the cabin, for example, to the door or to the wall, so that you will not tingling around.
So I can't eat char kway teow basah on the space station.
Can they have a way to do that actually. For example, if they want to have a fast food, for example, they have a package, like a simple package in a plastic bag. For example, like a plastic bag. How can I show it? For example, just like take an example. This one is plastic bag. They will eat it from that plastic bag, because if they just make it in the air, the food will just floating around.
Okay. Okay. I understand
Okay.
so far. I'm sorry, I still have a lot of questions about ISS. So that's one of the reason why I brought you here as well. Because it's an
It's okay.
interesting topic, but I'm not sure about it. So okay, talking about okay, food and water like on the ISS. And because Hakim is drinking water right now, I want him to put the water down first before I say something because
I just
it's going to be
wanted to drink.
disgusting.
I'm a bit thirsty.
Okay, no, the reason is because I've heard that on the ISS, right, the the water there is recycled from urine. Is it correct?
About that, I'm not sure.
Right.
That is kind of a theory conspiracy thing, so let's skip that part.
This is not a
There's not
conspiracy.
a
It's
normal human being that will eat or serve urine as a food, so that's out of topic. That's kind of a conspiracy. So let's cut that thing for
Cara.
our topic, shall we?
Okay.
He needs to experience drinking urine first, lah. Then he can say
I
like
mean,
if it's
I
true or not.
I'm not Bear Grylls though. Bear Grylls could do it. I couldn't. But okay, what about food? Do you need to like always supply enough amount of food, or is there like a service where NASA is going to like send packages of food to the ISS or something?
Sometimes
Don't
they
don't
do,
say
for
Grab.
example, like, Grab.
The
I I mean Grab say they can send anywhere. Like so, if I were to order food, if I were to order McD from the ISS, would they be able to send it to me?
Okay, let's say you are an astronaut, right? And you want to work in ISS. If you stay in ISS, you will not stay like for a week or two. You will stay there for like a month and even year. The last time
Ah,
it is, for example, like
um,
astronaut is staying there for like 18 months, and that is done by an astronaut, a woman astronaut, if I'm not mistaken. The way NASA send food to them is like every time they send an astronaut to the space, they pack a lot of food inside the spacecraft as well. That
ah,
means like they
okay, got
pack
it.
every food like maybe like a 1 year supply, or not 1 year. For example, like maybe a month of supply for the foods, and they send it up just like that.
See, Hakim, can you survive
Just in
on the
case.
ISS?
I would say yeah, I would survive because I think one of the most important parts for astronaut right to survive there is the physical part, and that for me is easy lah because like I believe you have to always make sure that your muscles is always you have to exercise every day lah, every single day. Because I remember when you're in gravity, you basically you're not using your muscle that much, and because of that, later when you go back to Earth, right, when you return to Earth, you'll get like muscle cramps and all this because it's like you
Understand?
it's like you're waking up in a coma lah. It feels like that. I see like the astronauts like they interview them right after they come from the moon and such. They're like fainting down, like cannot control their body. Like people have to support them, people have to hold them. It's kind of it's kind
So
of
maybe you need to bring a weightlifting
not just
things, but
weightlifting.
it will not work
I
in
see them
space actually.
jogging. They bring what do you call the platform thingy?
The treadmill?
The
The
treadmill.
treadmill?
Yes, they bring the treadmill and everything. They have to count the blood pressure, blah blah blah, whatever. I don't know, but they have to do health checkup every single day. Something like that. Very they have to check their muscle mass and all that. I don't know.
Understand?
Yeah.
Actually, actually, thank you for pointing that out, Hakim. You're actually giving me an idea for one of the myths that I've heard before. I'm not really sure it's a myth or anything. That's why I would like to ask. Mm. is it true that in space, the time is counted differently? So, for example, if you're over there for, let's say, one day, it's like different on Earth. If let's say you're on ISS for Earth's one day, is it counted as this hours or days or weeks on the ISS?
About that, sorry, I haven't done my research on that,
Now,
but I do read an article. For example, like if you're staying on a high altitude, right? The time that you feel at a high altitude will be a little bit. I'm not sure whether it will be slower or faster. I
I
will
just
check back on that.
I just heard like it's a bit different because like so because of like I believe like the rotation around the sun. So like the further you are away from the sun, basically like the time it takes to rotate the sun is longer. So basically
Longer.
like 1 year is longer lah. That's what I means by like you're like younger if you stay there, something like that. It's just how time is based. So like because it's based on the Earth spinning around its orbit and putting around the sun, right? So like it takes 365 days for 1 year, right? For Earth. But if you go like further than that, then 1 year takes a bit longer because that planet takes longer to orbit the
To
sun.
orbit.
Yeah. Fun fact though, I've met Sheikh Muzaffar Shuko when I was like I think
Then,
18 years old, something like that. We went to this
18.
uni event, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in Shah Alam. I think uni mine, something like that, uni mine. Yeah, I've been there, and at that time, like, I know some a little bit about astronaut because he was there. He's giving the talk. He said he already done the astronaut stuff. Now he wants to learn more lah. It's basically like a motivational talk for like students who want to continue their degree or diploma, something like that. So he's saying like he's
Education.
already been astronaut, but he wants to take a degree in medicine. He wants to become a doctor. So yeah.
Hmm.
Okay,
Thanks,
so
thanks.
referring to the
Yeah.
questions, I just done my research, and it's true. Like referring to the Einstein theory of general relativity, right?
You
Gravity
got MC
can
squared?
bend space-time. So basically, the closer the clock is to the source of
Oh.
gravitations, the slower time pass. Which means, if you are up in the space, you feel the time a little bit slower than the Earth.
Hmm.
So that means if you want to like maintain your young age, right, go to the
No,
space.
bro. It's just I feel like it's just on
It's
paper.
just how time. It's just on paper. It's
I
just
don't
on.
know. I could be wrong.
When you it's not like when you return back to Earth, you're
Like I'm one
going
year
to age
younger than you.
differently, right?
But
Yeah.
take into account that the time from at the space, right? For example, at ISS, if compared to the time at Earth, it's only like 0.007 second behind. Every
So I
6
can
months.
wait for the
So
Steam
that
sale
means
discount faster lah.
not even 1 second you feel the time is slower. You feel the time slower, but it's not even 1 second.
We
Oh
have to
You get it?
dear.
experience it ourselves, then we can see lah. Yeah, 1 second younger than you now.
Yeah. Wow, I can feel the difference.
Yeah.
This one Hakim was talking about his story with Sheikh Muzaffar. Like, it was an interesting story, but I was thinking maybe we should elaborate more about Sheikh Muzaffar for those who haven't heard of him before. So
Yeah, sure.
it's one of I'm not sure. Is he like the first Malaysian astronaut? Is definitely the most famous one.
Yeah, hundred
It
percent.
was. Yeah. He he made the headlines when he became like the most famous astronaut from Malaysia who traveled in space. I'm not sure if he went to the moon. I heard he was going to the moon. Like,
No, he never went to the moon. He only stayed in ISS and done his research over there. That's all. But it's
oh,
true that he is the first ever Malaysian astronaut that ever go to space and go to ISS. And up until now, he is the only one Malaysian astronaut capable to do that.
Physical.
oh, why though? Is it difficult? I mean, I know
It is.
mentally
It's
it's
difficult,
mentally
bro. It's a
difficult.
lot of. You have to like. it's like basically like you okay like when you go up you have to pass like this test like mental strain whatever stress blah 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 you have to be like mental fortitude really strong and then when you go up you have to be obviously you have to be knowledgeable about science and astronomy or what I don't is it astronomy I don't know
Yeah,
like basically about like the stars or whatever lah. Because
astronomy
like
lah.
otherwise
Yeah,
you
this
just go okay let's say like you pass the physical test and then you go up but you don't know anything about like stars or whatever you just go up and then you're useless lah
mhm.
why you send you up in space for that.
Yeah, yeah,
So
this
I
that's
would
true.
say
Let's try to
it
ask
is a bit
Google
hard
to answer the question. If you want to become
because
an astronaut, right? Let's say if you want to become an astronaut, you need 4 years of college degree, 2 years for master degree, 2 years in professional experience, and then you need 2 years in the NASA astronaut corps. So basically, at least if you can cash up enough, it will take you approximately 10 years just to
And
make you qualify.
I don't think it's worth it lah because like in the end like you just say like you take 10 years 10 years and then you go up there just to experience the harshness and
One
everything
second.
you get 1 second younger you go up there you do like some
Uh,
research or whatever
ima-
Actually, it's depend on
imagine,
person. For
imagine
example,
spending 10 years just to be one second younger. Wow.
just to feel like the absence of a little gravity lah. I don't think it's worth it lah.
actually, it's depend on the person itself. Actually, for example, like if you want to become an astronaut, right? Why not? Just go for it. Like you only live your life once,
Uh,
and you need to become what you want to be. So if you want to be that kind of, if you want to involve in that kind of jobs, then just go for it. For me, it's not a waste of time. It's depend on you how you describe it as a waste of time.
it's just
That's nice.
yeah, I would say it's a waste of time for me. 'Cause I feel like it's much more better like maybe working on like rockets like in maybe engineering research in
Pro-
that department like in the rockets. Being the actual person that has to go up there, I feel like it sounds even way tiring. After I heard the process lah, that oh you're going to go up there, you're going to experience like this mental dizziness and everything. You have to go. You have to make sure that you exercise every day. Otherwise, when you go down, your muscle will be lah. I'm like it just sounds
Again, it's
like
depend on the person itself. For
pain,
example,
dizziness, stress. Boom, 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 boom.
yeah, that's the
but
challenge. There's nothing easy in this world. That's the challenge. If
but
you want to
actually,
do it,
like
take it, go for it. But you also need to take the risk that come with it.
in
I
my opinion, like if you're going just for sightseeing, like then it's not worth lah. But not that worth lah. But if you're going, usually people who go there, they go
Oh,
for research and project and everything.
oh,
So I think that's why it's much more worth it depending on the person who's going up. Because the more they go up, especially like if we send astronauts who are maybe like part-time physicists, so they can explore more about ourselves as well, about how the space works, our world, and maybe we can even get one step closer to solving string theory, maybe.
lol.
Uh,
Me personally,
but
I would love to like design rockets, maintenance and whatever. That sounds cooler. Or maybe design like the robots that will go to space.
but if you have the chance to go into the space itself, will you go for it?
No, I actually would reject.
For
Like
me, I will go.
after hearing the physical strains. I love my body how it is. I don't want to be go into space and then come back. I'm all weak, being like
muscular, bro.
Honestly,
fainting.
don't take it as a risk. It's only
You have
take
to
like
see the
maybe a
videos,
week.
bro. You have to see the videos like the astronaut just fucking giving the speech like because like it's like right after landing here, right? After landing on Earth, right? And they pick I believe it's a girl. They pick her up, and then she has to give like a short interview, like maybe like 5 minutes because obviously you're very tired, right? After coming back to Earth, and she's like talking, fainting, talking, fainting. People, I don't want to
That's
go.
maybe because of blood pressure.
Maybe yeah, that's a lot of reasons, but that I don't want to go through that now. It's I feel like that's one of the things that it's like only like a one-time experience. You know, you want to experience it only once, and then after that you don't want to do it anymore. I wouldn't
Hmm.
imagine anyone who wants to go experience multiple times. Is there anybody who go to space like multiple
If
times.
if I recall, the astronaut called Massimo from USA, I think he's one of the astronauts who actually went to space many times and conducted like space missions and research up there. I think you guys might have heard of him before. Massimo, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I just searched it on internet. Just like Franklin Chang Diaz and Jerry Ross went to space 7 times. Oh my god,
Yeah, that's the challenge.
these people are crazy.
It's okay. Okay, I'm waiting for
It
Steam
depends on
sale. You
how
can
you
go to
define
Mars.
the crazy. For example, like if you love to climb the Everest, why not? Right? Even there's a risk like if you die over there, like in the Everest, if you die over
You
there,
die
there's
doing what you
no
love.
not even one person will pick you up. You will be a corpse in there. But that's the risk. It's a fun and challenge. So if you love that
But
kind of challenge, just
Bro,
go for
like
it.
your family can't even visit your grave. Like you're floating up in space. And then imagine like your imagine like when your son and daughter, right? You look up there in the sky.
uh,
You know what that reminds me? Reminds you of your father.
oh my, oh my god.
You watch too much movie, bro.
Yeah, that's why like bro, it was too much interstellar, bro.
Yeah. Hey, Interstellar. I like Hans Zimmer, the music.
The composer.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
composer.
Actually, I would like to ask as well. What happens if an astronaut gets lost in space? Is it possible they get lost in space?
They just
Actually,
look at the stars.
Again, the questions: is it possible?
the astronauts get lost in space.
How you will want to define the loss? Like,
Maybe they okay. I want to go out of the ISS for a while to have a look, and then boom, lost.
I think it's not possible.
mean like
Like every person
you
in the SSS have an objective. They have their own missions. Like if they even want to go out from the SSS itself, right? They have a procedure how to do it. So it's not possible that if you suddenly wake up one day and you just want to open the door and go out. It's not possible. They have a very strict procedure on how things should be. So for me, it's impossible that thing will happen.
That person is like the curious type, like those people who went and
what
destroyed the culture
what
that
happens if I
day.
just detach my line from the space station? Very
It's gonna be a
curious.
code red. Right? It's gonna be code red if let's say Hakim as an astronaut detach his communication line.
No, but my hands are really strong, so I can just paddle back to the
Oh,
space station.
it's not possible actually. Like ISS is moving too fast.
Bro, I'll
Wait,
be
it's
there
moving,
with
right?
you,
It's
bro.
not staying at
It
the
is
same
moving.
place.
It's not stationary. It's not in the stationary. For example, every satellite in LEO orbit, in low Earth orbit, is moving very fast. Like if I'm not mistaken, ISS is moving up until 400 kilometer per second.
Oh wow.
Wait, let me check again. Speed
So,
ISS.
so Hakim, if I want to go to Ipoh right away for
Yeah,
the
not
initial D,
400,
that's what.
but 7.66 kilometer per second. That's kind of quite fast actually, because if you convert it into km per h, km s to km h. Okay, let's try to make it 7.66. It's like 27 576 kilometer per hour. You know, yeah, like you when you are driving a car, like 100 km per hour, you feel it fast.
Yes.
Do you feel it
Yeah,
fast? Yes.
yeah.
ISS is moving like 27 576 kilometer per hour up in the space. So by any chance that you suddenly lose from your cable or something from ISS, there's a no chance you will get back.
Well,
You will be flying as well. For example, like if you detach yourself, right, you will be flying the same speed, but there is no force that you can make yourself go back to the SSS.
meaning like you can create a opposing force.
You can if you have like a jet engine or something like that.
Oh, I see.
Only if you
This
have that kind of propulsion in your suit. But if you didn't have it, then just tawakal. Just enjoy your moment, your last moment over there.
You get lost in space, bro.
Oh, the
That
interesting
is.
part also, I heard like space is like a vacuum, right? So basically, sound
Mhm.
cannot travel to space, right?
Yeah,
So
I've heard that
basically,
you can scream all you want in space, no one can hear you.
so how do usually they communicate?
They
Or
have their own
they
intercom.
just have inter. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm sorry, my bad.
If I'm not mistaken, they have intercoms because ISS is filled with intercoms.
It's like how we are communicating right now, actually. Like,
Imagine like your intercom got down. The astronaut also have to learn sign language also. The guy be like,
Oh my god.
my
Yeah,
intercom no, my intercom got disconnected. Help me,
yeah, that time you better need to be very good if you're a sign language game lah. Uh, by the way, Kai, I have like a few more questions actually because I am interested in this topic lah. So I would like to ask you what is the okay that I know about the rocket ship, right? But what is the Soyuz capsule? Is there a type of rocket ship as well?
Soyuz capsule. I I read about it before, but sorry to say, I can't elaborate more about the topic because I quite didn't remember about the fact.
Uh,
Sorry.
it's okay. Hmm.
what do
No,
you normally
no
do
worries.
in your labs? That's what I find curious.
Uh-huh.
Who? Me?
Kyla,
Uh-huh.
Oh,
like what do you normally do in your lab session or whatever?
oh yeah, that's an interesting one as well.
Okay. Drone quadcopter. Have you guys ever tried to fly it?
If
You mean
with
like
a
the
drone,
drones like with the camera or whatever like that?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Have you guys ever
not
tried to
really.
fly it?
Yeah,
fly once lah. I fly
For the
once
ones?
or twice.
Okay.
never.
Yeah,
Okay. For the drones, how to control it? Like, what is the component to control the drones?
remotely through
Uh-huh.
Wi-Fi,
Okay.
and then
Like, what is
the
the
one I
tool of
used was
controlling the drone itself?
okay. That one I'm not sure because I just played around with it using the app on my phone.
Okay, actually, for any FPV drones, FPV drone is like a racing drone, like you see in the YouTube, right? Any FPV drone is controlled by using any flight controller, like for example Pixhawks or Cube Orange or maybe Mini Pix. Like normally my projects right now involve in integrating companion computer into the flight controller. For example, if you want to integrate, let's say you want to use Arduino to integrate to the flight controller, right? From the Arduino, you can send commands to the flight controller. For example, if you have a obstacle in front, there's no need for you to control it manually. You can just make the drone to be able autonomously avoid the obstacle. That's using Arduino, and it can be done as well using Raspberry Pi. Currently, my project is using Raspberry Pi as a component computer to integrate with the drone system itself. That's what I'm doing now.
Okay, very interesting. So like, have you done like fully or is it like only just
Still on the way.
like
Like
how many
integration
percent?
system percentage, I'm not sure to tell it myself because the way I see its runnings and the way I see its the progress, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell that I still have way more to go until my project is completely finished.
So until now, like what's the hardest part creating that drone?
The hardest parts that I feel so far is like integrating the system itself.
I see. So like
Like maybe it's quite
coding.
simple to say integration, right? Integration of the system, but
Uh
it's
huh.
quite hard actually. The way you want to connect Raspberry Pi into the drone systems and the code to make it even to arm the drone itself using the Raspberry Pi. You need to find it, you need to learn about it, you need to try and error for it.
I see. Oh, so like, of course, like, there's people who have done this before, right? So, like, do you have? So would it be fair to say like you have good amount of references, or
Yep,
like how do you approach this stuff?
it depends. Have you ever heard of ChatGPT before?
Why did you never use
Hmm.
ChatGPT?
But actually, ChatGPT it can be reliable sometimes, and it can't be can't be reliable sometimes. Like some of the code that I get from ChatGPT is working fine, while the other some is like they didn't have any effect, and some of the code have error if I put it in the Raspberry Pi itself. So you can tell that even ChatGPT right now you can use it for so many things, right? uh, you cannot fully 100% reliable on the source. Like even there's a warning in the bottom of the GPT. Some of the information may be incorrect, right? So you can take the
Yeah.
information for yourself, but take it as granted, not take it fully and trust it fully. Get what I mean?
Yeah.
I see.
Because using all models, it's not up to date. Except if you buy premium, if I'm not mistaken. But even then, it's based on what it's learning.
Yep.
So you have to be flexible, basically. That's what I understand.
Yes. Sometimes you need to try to go through research paper of the same person who done that project before, or maybe go to any YouTube video that teach you about the projects. Some of the YouTube video also, if you done it according to the person instruction, right, you will encounter any error, and that error is differ from one person to the other. So you need to learn how to make a correction for the error as well.
I see.
Okay.
I, I, okay. One more thing actually about space that I've heard. This one is something I've heard. So I'm sure everyone here have heard about Neil Armstrong before.
Yeah, the guy with strong arms.
Yeah, the guy is strong arms. So it was the first American astronaut to go to space. It was argued whether he's the first astronaut to been to the moon or not. Wait, sorry, he's the first American astronaut to go to the moon. But arguably, he's either the first astronaut to land on the moon or there was another like Russian astronaut before him also. But there was like, if I'm not saying it was him or someone else who put like panels on the moon. So there's man-made objects on the moon. So if we on Earth were to test it, we can like shoot lasers towards the moon and it can repel back. So you can see that the light that is shot to the moon and repel back, it will be like around 4 seconds. So 2 seconds to go to the moon and 2 seconds to come back. Around that time, if I'm not mistaken. So have you guys heard about that before? About that thing with experiment before?
No.
No, this time.
I see. So it's an interesting read actually.
How do they count that? Because is it just they just calculate the speed of light and then they calculate the estimated distance between the Earth and Moon, just like that?
Okay, so
Theoretically, that's the way.
Because
so
that's how I
basically,
assume they get that one.
based on what I
They
understand
don't
is
actually just
when they
put a
shoot
light through the moon.
eh, so when they shoot the laser, it's I need more research about it as well. But this is based on what I think, what I've heard before. Is that when they shoot the laser towards the moon, and it repels back, they're going to see their computer is linked to their computer, so they're going to see a spike. If there's a spike, that means it hit something, and it's going to measure the time over there.
No way. That's insane. So they
It
actually
is, but it's
so they actually shot light to the moon.
yeah. And remember, okay, lasers do not break the moon. So even if you shoot the moon with lasers, the moon is not going to explode. Some people thought that you can blow up the moon. So
That's the Death Star lah.
Yeah, I mean, if there is a Death Star, I would want to go up there. I want to meet my idol Darth Vader.
If there is a Death Star, I don't think there will be a moon anymore. There won't be Earth anymore. Testing the the Death Star.
I mean, the first thing that they will shoot is Mars. Why? Why not? And uh, actually, another interesting fact is that the Mars rover. Have you guys heard about the Mars rover before?
Yep.
Say what?
The Mars rover, that robot buddy on Mars that's constantly roaming Mars, probably until the day it dies.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, it's a. I'm not sure you can say I'm not sure if it's remote control, but yeah, it is remote control. It's remote control. It's not sentient. So basically, Kai, correct me if I'm wrong, but NASA is using that to find life forms, signs of life forms on Mars, right? Or signs to live on Mars, right?
One of the objective, yes.
So I've heard that in this past week, I think around yesterday or 2 days ago, that one of the Mars rover actually found like a dried up river or something. Like it's a sign that the water has been there.
About that, I'm not sure. I didn't read the article. Maybe after this, you can just simply share the article to us.
But it's interesting though. Does that mean that we we can grow stuff on Mars and grow our crops on Mars if that's true? There's a sign of
I thought
civilization. But
they're already doing that, no? On the moon or something, no? Are they not?
I mean, our best friend Elon Musk is trying to do something about that. He's trying
Oh wait, I think
to
I think I mistaken that for a movie. No,
again.
really, because there's this movie about this guy who got stranded on the moon or something, and then in order to survive, he like he discovered agriculture on the moon, something like that. I don't know.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think you can even grow stuff on the moon. The moon is full of craters and everything.
That's why I was like a bit confused. I was like, did this actually happen?
This one when I saw, I'm not sure. So okay, what? Yeah, because we've been doing this one for too long, but okay, before we end, this one last thing. This one last thing because this thing is interesting actually about what as an aerospace student, right, and someone who's passionate about space. What was your first reaction when you found out about the black hole being captured like clearly for the first time? I think like 2 years ago, using like the new satellite.
He's probably thinking like,
I
damn,
didn't know how to
it should
answer
have been
that
me.
question actually.
It should
But
have
you know
been
which
Let
me.
me
one I'm
pass the
talking about.
question. Let me pass the question to Hakim because when hearing that news, right, uh, there's no expectation on my part, on my side, on how the black hole are supposed to look like. So when seeing the picture, I just like, whoa. So this is a black hole, black hole. So that's it. There's no hard feeling.
It,
There's no soft feeling. That's only like neutral.
it was sucking the
Sorry if
light, right?
there's. Let me pass the question to Hakim. Hakim, how do you feel?
I feel I feel like this should have been me. It should have been me. I don't know. I feel like it's a interesting thing that I don't know how we even can capture black hole because I thought like black hole like swallows everything. If I'm not mistaken. Like so basically like if I'm I like how a camera works like it's supposed to capture it needs light like it's a reflection of the how the camera works again, something like that, like it requires light or something like that so like I don't know how it captures the black hole so it's like in my head, like the logic is like when you want to take a picture, the black hole is follow that picture. You know, you cannot visibly see the black hole.
We can try. Let's go there and take a photo. But I can assure you we're not gonna come back alive lah. But we die for science. Who's with me, guys?
No, sorry. I still want to enjoy my life.
Same. Okay, so we've been talking on for so long. So again, I'm sorry. I think this might be our longest podcast probably because it's very. Uh, I have like a strong passion for space, and because Kai, one of my best friends since we were little, is actually studying about space. So, but how about we take this opportunity to learn about space and educate people as well about space as well. So, thank you, Kai, for
Welcome.
indirectly being our guest. Actually, you're not even our guest. You will be here. You are going to be here the next time and next time and next time as well. And thank you, Hakim, for being one of the hosts as well. Actually, technically, we are all the hosts, we are all the guests, and it's all equal MC squared. I have no idea what I'm talking about anymore. So,
So
Okay, see you. Bye bye. Take care.
bye bye. Sayonara.